record this. I'm good. How are you? I got too much light coming in from that window, apparently.
Oh, maybe me too.
Um, it
That
just
better?
seems to, my eyes pick it up and it's like that all I can see.
Okay.
And I
How's
was
that?
doing a Zoom meeting this week and I had it like this and I
Uh,
looked like I had a crown on my head. So I
well,
was,
you definitely deserve a crown on your head.
yeah,
You
right.
are the queen of Action Zone.
Yeah, right. Okay. I'll get
Yeah.
that.
So, how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was wonderful. We
Oh.
had, I'm going to say, I know we're going to say this every Monday, but we had the best class on Saturday. And of course, it was talking about customer demographics, and I get to tell my Clarence Birdseye story, which I just love that story. It's so illustrative about understanding how many people how many avatars are actually in your market, because I mean, it's shocking that we even have Birdseye vegetables today because he made such a mess out of it. But yeah, it was just great. It was just great. How about you?
It was awesome actually. I'm sharing this to Are You Ready? My Facebook page. I'm not doing a very good job this morning of multitasking, which is this is my main job here for In the Zone. So Friday night, Jeremy and I actually did nothing.
Nice.
Yeah, we did house. We were adulting doing house stuff, but
I
um,
get that.
uh, but mostly because I had to be at Innisbrook Golf Course at 6:30 Saturday morning because Action Zone was one of 18 nonprofits that Raymond James honored with a $10,000 gift.
That is so, I mean, nice is just an understatement, but to be able to touch 18 different nonprofits, they are just such good community partners
They
in
really are.
the Bay Area.
Yeah, the Valor Network, they recognize, or it's part of, Raymond James Financial National. They're all over or at least their employees are all over the place. And they very specifically selected small local nonprofits, and local in other markets as well, but the ones that really have boots on the ground, ears to the pavement, listening to the veteran and military spouse community to help fill gaps of resources and information that are not provided by either the government or DoD or larger nonprofits. And hats off to Mercy and her team over there, Raymond James. It was executed flawlessly. You wouldn't have even known that there were as many nonprofits there as had been recognized. 120 golfers. And one of the things that they did, excuse me, that I thought was pretty fascinating is the day before they met with many of the Raymond James team members that were, flew in from all over the country for this, and some of their sponsors, and really talked about each nonprofit, what they do, and encourage them when they come to the holes to come like get to know us.
Nice.
Yeah, and I would say just about every foursome that came through made an intentional point to come talk to Kashima and I.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw you had lots of photos.
yeah, it was really nice. And of course, our raffle item of liquor in a Luminary Global EMT bag
I'm
was a
sure that
hit.
went over really well.
It went really well. There's a lot of golfers from their Michigan office. And it just so happened that a guy from Michigan wanted. And
I'm glad I wasn't able to make it then, because that Ohio Michigan thing would have definitely been an issue.
oh, yeah. Well, there was enough of them. I told him, I said, there are a few here that you guys can go through these bottles of alcohol. And if you want to donate the bag back, I will give it to the second place winner because I drew 3 cards just in case,
Yeah.
because I was like, you either you have to be present to win because I'm not taking this home.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
looked like, I saw the picture of the winner. He looked like he was happy to have it.
he was very happy to have it. And he comes every year for this golf tournament, and one of his best friends lives in St. Pete, so he'll be gifting
Nice.
his Luminary Global Stat Packs EMT bag to his friend. And they're like, "Is it
But
insulated?"
not the alcohol.
Yeah, not the alcohol. They're like, "Can I use it as a cooler?" I was like, "No, but you could probably fill it up to use as your first aid kit on your boat or in your car, or your bug out bag."
Yeah,
And when I said bug out bag, that prompted quite a few conversations. So
I'll bet.
that was interesting. Yeah, so that was amazing. And then yesterday we did more adulting. We have like a third of an acre here at the house and lots of leaves. So we were raking and cleaning and all the things.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I was painting the bathroom on Sunday and I
Mm.
swore I wasn't going to do anything, but I thought that was like low stress, both on my mind and my body. It
Uh,
wasn't like I was building anything. I was running a roller. And so I get it. But you got to do those adulting things occasionally. I just had a conversation with somebody about that. I'm just kind of over the whole adulting thing last week.
No, I need a vacation, but because we are under massive renovations here, adulting is going to be happening for a long time. Jeremy was like, "Did you ever think that you would be cleaning concrete?" I was like, "No, never thought." But so how about that email we got from Anna that she has a new business idea,
Oh my
and,
gosh.
and she wants to come through Action Zone again to explore it.
I know, I know. And it was so timely because, we have like 26 people in the program in cohort 15. And yesterday was our Saturday was our fourth week in the program. So we had just started the halfway point once they finished that yesterday or Saturday. And 4 entrepreneurs in the program, 2 of them married couples, have already discovered from the activities they've done the first 3 weeks that they needed to make a major shift. And I have started executing on that. I just got goosebumps again. When I think about how impactful, and Anna's no different, how impactful the program is, that it really opens doors, and it also closes some that need to be closed because you're hemorrhaging time or money. And that was the case in one of the pivots that took place. And I agree. I don't like that word. They aren't really pivoting so much as they're just refining
Evolving. Yeah.
and evolving. Yeah, refining and evolving. One group, for one couple, it was a pretty major decision that they changed in their company, from doing their own manufacturing to using existing manufacturers in the US. But it ended up to be a very positive experience when they reached out to some, because they knew of their business. The competitors knew that those people were in the market, and they were just thrilled to be able to have this collaboration. Someone else had said that in the first 2 weeks of the program, and trying to internalize everything that we were sharing about how to validate their concept and understand who the customer was and create their avatar. And then, of course, Russ with the mission mapping strategy information, as well as simultaneously, she's going through some leadership program, and said that between these 2 things, she realized that her ego was much more prevalent in her ideas than actual data and facts. And so she has taken a whole step back over what she thought she was going to do and how successful she thought she would be, and just regrouping that whole picture, painting it over again. And boy, I just thought about how impactful that was for her.
Yeah.
And then Anna writes on Sunday that I've got another idea, and I want to go through this, and I want you guys to help me with this. And it was just like that. It just was, how sometimes you just take one hit after another, and 23 has been just notable for that. But this was one good hit after another, all weekend long, knowing that not just knowing that we have the ability to help them, but that they understand they can reach out to us. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter when they came through Action Zone. It doesn't matter if they've been through a program or not. They still come to us because they know that we can either help them or direct them. And gosh, that just makes you feel so good at the end of the day that you're actually doing your mission, right?
Yeah, I know. And good morning, Natasha. I'm saying good morning to Natasha, who is one of our most faithful 9 a.m. viewers.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people watch it later, but listening to you share the experience of the cohort, and while they are remarkable revelations, it happens every cohort in different variations. And it really is what keeps us going, right?
It is.
The entrepreneurs, the founders that come to us, and their businesses are all exciting and interesting, and they are exciting and interesting. But to watch them kind of peel back the onion on their idea, and every layer is different. It's awesome to watch. And whenever I'm not on podium, as I like to call it, I still like to zoom in and listen to the first hour so I can hear what's going on in their evolutions. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that because I was on the golf course. So I'm looking forward to eavesdropping. Oh, I can't eavesdrop this Saturday because I will be on a plane
Yes, you
coming
will
home.
be. Yes, you will.
Because
But
Rosie
you
and
can watch
I,
the video.
yeah, I will watch the video. So Rosie and I will be in Miami. I'm pulling it up so I can accurately say the correct name of the conference. Where did it go? It's Common Threads of Women Veterans, hosted by our friends at South Dade Women Veterans Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got it.
Got it. I didn't even pull it up.
Although
Yes.
if whatever you said, I would agree to. So
And from what I understand, it's not too late to register. The event starts very early on Thursday. Well, I say early because we have to set up our table, but it starts Thursday. Every woman that registers is automatically given a VIP ticket. So she will be able to attend the VIP reception on Thursday.
Yep.
Yes, Thursday night. And then Friday, more programming. And then Friday night is an awards gala, recognizing people in the South Florida area that have contributed to the success or provide amazing resources and tools for women veterans. So very excited about that. That's a separate ticket. The gala is a separate ticket. However, if you're interested, we will drop the links in the chat. And this will be the first time that we are presenting the Entrepreneurial Mindset Workshop in quite a while.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So really excited about that.
The theme of the conference is empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing more empowering, if you ask, in my opinion. I mean, they're all of the topic. I've seen all of the topics in the breakout sessions, and they're all great. But if you understand that an entrepreneurial mindset doesn't mean you own a business, it means something. It means that you possess a set of skills that are as applicable in business as they are as an employee or an employer.
Yeah.
Then all of the challenges that you face in those roles can be better managed with those set of skills. And the most interesting part of that is that as military veterans, you've already got those skills. You just have always applied them during your service to service and to the military activities. But you come out of the service equipped with those same skills. You just need to see how applicable it is and flip that switch. And man, how many times have we watched that light bulb go on,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. So I equate it to the sensation of the light bulb turning off is, when you're a leader in the military and you have privates or, young lieutenants, and they're not only trying to figure out and navigate their new life as in military service, but just who they are, that young adults, and you see the light bulb turn on. It's the same kind of sensation, like the aha moment you see in their eyes, and then you're just like, yes, they get it. They finally, like, it's clicking.
Yep.
Well, in the military, where you're dealing with privates and lieutenants, they finally get it. When you're dealing with entrepreneurs, yes, they're going to take this and they're just going to run with it. And
Yeah.
if they apply that mindset to business or, employment, I mean, just basic things, everyday things, because it activates a piece in your brain where you are always looking for opportunities, one, and two, immediately assessing solutions.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are very, very excited.
Yeah. And it's nice to be back down in the Miami community.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have a virtual Activate program starting in February. And we're going to make sure that people there know, because we're not going to be able to hold it in person in Miami. And we had quite a few people from South Florida that have attended in the past or had an interest. So it'll be exciting to be in front of them and see how we can help.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we can get Laura to pipe in virtually and give a testimony about Action Zone. I mean, I'm still blown away that she takes the train every Saturday morning from north of Miami to come to Action Zone in person.
I said that on Saturday, and she revealed that she actually comes up on Friday night, which is still a feat because it's expensive. I mean, she comes up and she either stays with friends or she has to get a hotel. And she has family in the area as well, but not really close.
Yeah,
so
Orlando.
without a vehicle, it would be a challenge, but it's still a testament to her dedication and devotion to her idea. But she's recently retired. She's always worked for somebody else since she was even when she was in the service. And that she has had this desire to do something on her own for so long that she's not letting anything stand in her way.
Nope. No.
And week before last, when she got the train to go back to Miami right after the class, she had to leave about 15 minutes early. There was an accident on the tracks further up the line, and she was stuck in Tampa for 7 hours waiting for that
That's
train.
a lot of time to be able to do customer discovery. I hope
I think she said she did a little bit of that too.
That's awesome. No,
yeah, she's a great example of listening to the steps, trusting the process. She might question it as we all did at the beginning. Why do I have to do this? And I've had businesses where I never had a process. I was flying by the seat of my pants every single time.
Yeah.
But I recognize in retrospect where having a process would have saved me time and money on those things that just were never going to work. Goat hair in that sentence, and that's just one good example.
Yeah, I know. Well, before we comment any further, we have to say good morning to Jeffrey Lodick. He's joined us.
Oh, is he home? Is he back from Orlando? I don't know. It looked like he was having a good time.
I don't know. Jeffrey, are you back?
He's a jet setter this past week. He was in DC for a while, and then he was in Orlando. Happy birthday to your beautiful wife. You are such a lucky man, and I know that you know that.
Yeah. What was I going to say about Laura? I can't remember. I got distracted by saying good morning to Jeffrey. He said he's back.
Oh, I was going to tell you too that she's not going to be at the conference. She had another commitment, but in the spirit of the conference, she was a presenter and attendee last year. She actually sponsored a female veteran to attend since she could not. So I thought that was pretty magnanimous.
She is, let me tell you, I just, from the first moment I met her, I knew she was spectacular.
Yep.
She is
Yep.
pretty spectacular. So I guess, Laura, you are mine and Rosie's girl crush. If you're,
Yeah.
I'm going to tag you in here. You're going to have to listen. You're our girl crush. So what else is going on this week besides that or upcoming?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
you
whenever
know
I'm stumped, I always go to
the ECC.
the website because they got everything.
We
Um,
are approaching that season where starting like the 1st of November, events, both social, purely networking and
holiday.
business related and holiday are just off the chain. You just can't be every place at the same time. And it can be so overwhelming. I did a workshop and I would love to get this guy to do one for us at Action Zone. I did a workshop for Bunker on strategic networking. And really, you are the queen at that.
Mhm.
You and Russ as well. You know, when you first start out in business or in a career, you go to every networking event because you think there might be somebody there. But as you start implementing some strategy to how you network, then you go with a purpose. You go,
Mhm.
you know, to not to sell anything. If you go to a networking event to sell anything, please don't come up and say hello to me because that's not the place for it, and I'll let you know that. But you go with a purpose in aligning yourself with or meeting certain types of people or
Mhm.
specific individuals. And this time of year, it's still hard when you're picky and choosy to fit it all in because there's something going on every stinking night.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. So with that, I remember now what I was going to say before I was saying good morning to Jeffrey, and Jeffrey acknowledges that he is a very lucky man. Is strategic planning for 2024. Like if you haven't started thinking about it, pen to paper, strategic meetings with your partners, put something on the calendar because you need to be prepared for 2024. I feel like most of the founders that we've been working with since 2020 still like challenged with getting ahead of the ball, you know.
Mhm.
And so we are encouraging you before the day is over, be thinking about that strategic plan, who you need to meet with, get some time on the calendar. Yeah.
It is so important. I know you and Jeremy do that at the end in the last quarter of the year. You and I do that for Action Zone. The last quarter of the year, we just put our heads together and think of where are we? Where do we want to go? And what do we have to do to get there into 2024? Or even if they're longer range plans than 2024. But if you don't start setting it up now, you're not going to get the shot or you're
Yeah.
going to miss the shot or the
Yeah.
opportunities. So yeah, it's really critical to
Mhm.
start thinking about that.
Yeah.
And if there's we can do to help you or resources we have that can help prepare you or connect you, you know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah. Actually, Jennifer Williams, who was in one of our cohort, I don't know what number, but this,
2019.
yeah, before I was gonna say before 2020, um, has a new business that she's been working on, and she's asked me to help her with her strategic plan. So, or to look over what she's got going on. So, yeah, we are. That's what we do in Action Zone. Oh, by the way, too, are we going to talk about the zone anytime soon? Let's wait.
Let's wait.
Okay, so we've got something really cool. Um,
It's
for our Action Zone members, but we're a little bit behind in launching it just because time is slipping away. But we it's one of our topics for our strategic meeting that we have coming up. So really excited about that too. But anyway, yes, get ready for 2024. Do it now. Apply what you learned in Action Zone, specifically led by Dr. Russ Barnes, Mission Mapping, that leads our strategic plan every year, every year.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay, so ECC, interesting things coming up. This week is, of course, 1 million cups. It is the week for Cigar City Toastmasters, and I know you loyal followers know this, but that when Rosie and Russ decided to be the founding, I guess, launchers, when they launched the Toastmasters there at the ECC, it had in mind the entrepreneur. So this goes beyond public speaking, and it's public speaking specifically for entrepreneurs. So definitely recommend that. There's a Master the Art of Design with Canva. So that will be good. I really want to go to this one. Every time it's on the calendar, I'm not available. How to sell when you hate to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure that our friend Shane is facilitating that from JMI. Working Women Foundations having their pitch competition, which Rosie, you were a recipient of that one time, right?
No, I haven't been to that one. I was the one for you put me on the spot.
Your destiny.
Yes. Follow
Yeah.
your destiny.
Follow your destiny. Yeah.
Yeah. Karen.
Yeah. So
Karen.
those are all interesting. The office hours from Bay Area Legal Services.
Yeah, I met with her once. She's great.
Yeah. Let's get down to business law. So Bay Area Legal Services free. We get questions all the time about for lawyers or legal questions. So definitely recommend you guys checking that opportunity out.
Sounds good.
And one last thing. There is we were supposed to have a guest today, David McLear, who is an Army veteran. He works for Career Source. Unfortunately, he came ill this weekend, so he wasn't able to join us. But Career Source is hosting a job fair on MacDill Air Force Base. Let's see, what's the date? I'll put the resource job fair. I will put the link again in the chat. It is this month on MacDill Air Force Base. And, I've been getting asked this question quite frequently recently, because we've been partnering with employment activities and organizations and, promoting them. It's Thursday, November 9th from 10 to 1 at South University, located at 4401 Northeim. So anyway, we'll put it in there. They're still seeking, obviously, job seekers and employers that can register. And the reason why Action Zone actively partners with transitioning and employment organizations is because we have been doing this for a very long time, since 2015, 2016 with Rosie, that most of the time the transitioning veteran isn't quite ready to go out on their own and start their own business. There's a lot of factors in that. We do encourage all transitioning veterans and all people in employment transition in general to take some sort of entrepreneurial course, because down the line they probably will want to start their own business, but it will make them quite the innovative, the entrepreneur for the company that's lucky enough to hire them. Yeah, so we recognize that there's this gap between service and the courage, the comfortable, space to take the leap to be an entrepreneur. And at the end of the day, we just want our military community to be successful, whether it's with employment or as an entrepreneur. So we help them get jobs. They can build their nest egg. They can start thinking about all these great ideas, and then they come to Action Zone, and we help them launch their businesses.
That's not to say, and we got to wrap this up, but that's not to say that if you are active duty and you're already planning for your transition, we get lots of you too. So
yeah,
welcome. And it's there are some people like Russ who always tells the story that I walked through the gates and said, I never, ever, ever ever want to work for anyone
Ever,
ever.
ever, ever.
Oh, sometimes, depending on the week he's had, there's like 7 evers in that statement. I can judge how his week has been with how many evers he puts into that sentence.
Yeah,
So,
actually, we have a couple that are still active duty in this current cohort.
yeah,
Every cohort, we probably have one or a couple that either are still serving or they are just transitioned. So there are those, I don't want to call them risk takers, but there are those entrepreneurial people that are just ready to take the leap. But we recognize that there are many that are not. It's their spouse's turn for their career. Or they've got kids going off to college and they need that paycheck. But we definitely encourage getting that day job and, building your business as a side hustle until. And if you want to know what happens after the until, you have to be in the cohort because we'll talk all about it.
And don't forget, Veterans Florida has the Skill Bridge program. So if you're getting ready to transition out and you want to do an internship, you could follow the lead of a couple people that have been through the program where they've selected an internship in the business they want to build. So they get a lot of that back office foundational knowledge working for a company that they want to be a competitor to.
Yeah. The most fascinating Skill Bridge internship story was the bourbon.
Yeah.
Went to work for a distillery because he wanted to launch his own bourbon. All right. With that, we have founders to help and our own businesses to run. So happy Monday. We'll see everybody in Miami.
Happy Halloween. If we were smart, we would have dressed for the occasion, but we just aren't that up on what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Buy your candy to keep those little kids, and if they don't, then you got your stress stash for the week.
Have a good week. All right, Battle. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.